Turn to question 11. Calling the Honourable Member for Arbory Castletown, Malew, Mr Moorhouse.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I would like to ask the Minister for Infrastructure what action he has taken since a public meeting in 2019 at Arbory Parish Hall with the Director of Highways about the challenges of walking to Arbory School.
Calling the Minister for Infrastructure to reply.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I'd like to thank the Honourable Member for his question and confirm that prior to the 2019 meeting that he refers to in the question, the Department had undertaken a route safety review and identified various improvement areas. Following this review, the Department undertook considerable changes, including localised pavement widening, measures to reduce traffic speeds, such as narrowing of road junctions, and a differentiated road surface to the heart of the village. 2 pedestrian crossing points were created, one of which included a large tabletop outside Friary Park to slow traffic and help people to cross the road. Together, these features reduced traffic speeds through the village. As the Honourable Member is aware, the Department committed at the meeting in 2019 to undertake a final stage safety review and asked Sustrans to visit the school. These have both been done. The Stage 4 safety review identified no significant problems. However, the Department has listened to the residents' concerns about the operation of the crossing point near the shelter opposite the Arbory Parish Hall and is currently determining how to improve this crossing point and what resources are required to achieve this.
Supplementary question, Mr Moorhouse.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and thank you, Minister, for that positive update. In January 2020, a proposal for Arbory School was delivered to the Department by Sustrans. These recommendations will be a year old next month. Why haven't the key stakeholders been contacted yet about this really important piece of work? This initiative really could increase active transport and pupil health.
Thank you. Minister to reply.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. The relationship with Sustrans has changed during the period of this project. They did put forward a proposal, however, that was not considered appropriate to progress. And whilst considerable investment has been made in the road infrastructure in the area, the school is not one of those prioritised by Sustrans for its work to improve the active travel culture within the school communities. And Mr Speaker, I've got to comment at this point that we have to prioritise where we deploy these resources and which areas we focus on to deliver the best outcome for the island as a whole. So at this point, we're not continuing with the work with Sustrans, but we are continuing to do complete the project and resolve the issues as outlined in the original answer.
Supplementary question, Mr Quigeen.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Would the Minister not agree that in the road safety strategy, both Arbory School and Kirkmichael School were identified as priorities for both our departments?
Minister to reply.
Yes, I would agree, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Mr Shimmons.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. There are, of course, many schools across the island which would benefit from additional prioritisation, not just those in the Minister's constituencies. Would the Minister agree with me that that the Department of Infrastructure's road safety hierarchy prioritise the needs of pedestrians ahead of motor vehicles? As such, should his department prioritise its resources, including financial road infrastructure expenditure, on vulnerable road users and active travellers ahead of other commitments? Thank you.
Mr Speaker, I think this is completely outside the scope of the question, which is about work outside Arbory Parish Hall and the Director of Highways and the challenge of walking to Arbory School.
Mr Speaker, I think the response...
It seems, within the context of getting to Arbory School, vulnerable road users seems to be within the question if you're able to provide a bit more information on that. But
okay, so in the context of Arbory School, Mr Speaker, happy to answer, and as the Honourable Minister for Home Affairs indicated, that we've made a commitment to work with a focus on Arbory School, and we are doing that.
Supplementary question, Mr Moorhouse.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. The concern here is that the department's actually recognised an issue. They've done some basic structural works, which is in some ways positive, but the problem is that we've got an ongoing situation where parents don't feel safe walking their children to school. Sustrans have come in, they've produced recommendations for the department. The department's been unable to share those recommendations. Stakeholders feel as though they've been left in isolation, and many of them really want to be proactive. They want to get involved with active transport. They want to do things to improve their children's health. And I know the Ministry is supportive of this area. Is there no way we can actually go forward and really finish this project and make it an exemplar for the whole island? Because there's a real push to do something, and the department could really benefit from getting involved in this and finishing the job that's been started. Thank you.
Minister's reply.
As I've already said, Mr Speaker, Sustrans were asked to come up with a proposal. They came up with a proposal. The department chose not to accept it for various different reasons. We are working, as the honourable member has said, in his constituency, in the particular village. As he's acknowledged, we've done a significant amount of work. There are some small pieces still required, and we're going to finish those.